Welcome to Two Ordinary Nerds, podcast where two ordinary nerds talk about cops. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing, sir?
That was a really intense episode of Cops.
I know, man. How's your week?
It's just starting, but it's good. Weather's nice out. It's gonna rain this week, so my grass is gonna grow.
What's up with grass? Never mind.
It doesn't matter. We're not in Colorado yet, so.
That is true. What are you drinking today?
Today I'm drinking from Samuel Adams, which for those who don't know, Samuel Adams, I believe, is in California.
I thought it was Colorado.
Oh no, it's Boston. I'm a
Boston.
Lewis. It's Boston. Oh, you're a fucking idiot, Lewis. It's called Hopscape Wheat Ale, brewed with the West Coast hops, hip hop,
Hoppity hop.
hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. It's pretty good. I mean, I would say it was probably like.
Yeah, it's a good. It is have a hoppy flavor, but for being such a hoppy flavor, it's a light beer, so it's kind of good. Normally, you don't get that hoppiness with a light beer.
I'd give it a 3.5.
Me too. Oh, I'm definitely getting another one of these afterwards. I like it a lot. It's like I said, with your Samuel Adams, it's good. I think it's seasonal, so it comes out every.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's probably a nice spring, summer beer, something that's light but hoppy.
So what does this episode entail?
So, this episode entails being sponsored by Ghost Mattress.
Right.
Not your ordinary Ghost Mattress that you hear on other podcasts. This is a Ghost Mattress from Goodwill.
Okay.
These are used mattresses.
They're perfectly safe. They
have some discoloration.
And maybe big bugs, but hey, it can be $20.99.
$20.99, that's all you need. Yeah.
Just go to, goodwill.com/2ordinarynerds/bedbugs and enter the code 2ordinarynerds/XYE2345 and you get the discount.
Yeah, and they actually have a really fun bedbug mascot for kids' beds, and the kids' beds are only $5.
There you go.
Bunk beds are $7.
Alright, so...
but actually this week we're going to talk about... I guess we should say this episode because we don't know when these come out. They just kind of come out whenever.
Yeah, in this episode I think we're going to talk about video games, I think it was.
Yeah, we haven't had a video game episode in a while, so we're going to just going to freeform it. Not really, I don't know what we're going to talk about. But
I think you should take it out, blow it, and put it back in. See how it works.
I'm going to blow on this cartridge. Sorry, just blowing up a cartridge there.
So, what you been playing lately? Because you're more of a console guy, more than PC.
Yeah. I mean, eventually I'm going to conform so I can, play with my friends.
And play with both, but you normally stick with with.
Yeah, I like PlayStation. I like the format. I use it strictly for,
Netflix?
Well, I use it for my Blu-ray player. Then I also like the PlayStation games. For instance, I'm right now playing Horizon.
How is that?
It's a really fun game.
So what is it about?
Basically, it's set in a dystopian future, and there's this girl, her name is Aloy. I call her Alloy, because it just sounds funnier. Uh-huh. And you have to go to different tribes, do missions, and then in between you have to fight the animals that are robots now. Uh-huh. So they have like a T-Rex robot, they have robots that go underground, they have just all sorts of different robots, and some of them you can hijack or take over, and they'll fight for you, or you can ride them.
Can you ride the big ones?
No, I haven't been able to hijack. Well, I guess I hijacked. They're called Thunder Claws, and they're big, like saber-tooth cats. Mm-hmm. I've hijacked one of those. You can't ride them, but you can have them fight for you. But the bigger ones are more susceptible of breaking the hijacking or whatever, because they'll only be there for like 5 minutes for yours, and then they'll
go back to normal
and try to kill you. I've had that mistake multiple times. They're like, "Oh hey, I'm really nice. I like you." Dead.
All right.
But yeah, it's.
I was looking at it, and it looks like a little bit like Lara Croft.
Yeah, it's like that. It's pretty fun. You can climb, and it's an open world game.
Have you finished it already?
No, I'm halfway through it. I've been playing Battlefield 1 in between that because of, I play with some friends on there, friends that actually have PlayStations. That actually.
So Battlefield 1 is the first-person shooter set in the Battlefield world, whereas in World War One. And what do you normally play with?
Right now, I've been playing a lot as a medic because I kind of like going around saving people. At first, I didn't really want to play that, but the guns that they have the sniper class doesn't have as many semi-automatics. They're mostly bolt action.
Yeah.
And if you do the medic class, they have semi-automatic snipers. Basically, doing it because it's that. Plus, you get points for saving your teammates. And
so, which from both of those games, which one do you think it's more jump in and play, and which one is more like you need to invest more hours in it?
Battlefield is jump in, more play. And then Obviously Horizon, since it's an open game, kind of like Skyrim. I mean, they got a massive map, and I would say you'd be playing. I've played that game like a lot of hours.
And you're more like a one person player, like a one story, not multiplayer. Just
correct. Yeah, it's not like GTA 5 where you have multiple characters.
Mm-hmm. I've been playing lately. I like Titanfall 2. I like the first person shooter and having the ability to run in walls and have that different type of game style. I love it. I'm a big fan.
What's that about?
Titanfall 2, it's also about like the dystopian future. And there's multiplayer that I played the most, and you have your story mode. So basically the story mode is there's a war, and you can, you have these suits that can make you, or, run super fast, become invisible for a short amount of time, you vanish to like a Nightcrawler. Mm. And you have by like 5 seconds, and then you reappear somewhere. You can't shoot anything, and you cannot see where the other players are, but you just get out of the map for a couple seconds.
So you're in first person.
Yeah. So you have all those, and there's Titans that basically you call them and they'll fall from the sky, and you can jump in and shoot.
Oh, so you can be in mechs.
Mm-hmm.
So Mech Warrior was a fun game.
It's a really fun game. I think it's like a Call of Duty, but it's not hard. It's not like such a horizontal game where you can have people jumping from the top of you. You can have people running from the rooftops and just jumping around or running through walls, gaining speed. So it's a really fast paced game. So if you run through walls, you gain speed, and if you're actually jogging, you actually lose speed. So you're not, So that incites you to be jumping in walls all the time, like doing like a little parkour, and having all that done. I'm playing that a lot. GTA is always a good thing to jump in and play a couple hours.
Yeah, I love GTA 5, which is why I'm excited for.
Red Dead Redemption.
Well, yeah, because you saw what they could do with GTA 5, and they're just gonna match.
Do you want it to be multiplayer, or do you want it to be single player?
I want it to be multiplayer.
Like in the Wild West, that would be fun.
That's my all-time favorite game.
You can buy a brothel.
Red Dead Redemption. It's so fun.
Like a pimp.
I don't know. I want to do more along the lines like bandit stuff, or like Magnificent Seven. I think it'd be cool. Like you have an enemy you have to fight off. I really like that. Like in Horizon, there's a lot of missions where there's evil people, cults that are trying to control the robots, and so you have to go fight them, and that's pretty fun because I like doing you go and do self fighting, and it's pretty cool.
I'm more of a PC player. I don't own any consoles. So when I see when I see you playing PS4, what is the thing that entices you the most to playing PS4 over PC? Is it the ability to have like this? Is it?
No, it's just because it's right.
It's easier to buy, and just the commodity of having everything done for you.
Yep, and all I got to do is just plug it into my TV, and I guess I could do that with a PC, but you have to go to the screen, load it, versus PlayStation, all you gotta do is turn it on, go to the PlayStation home screen, click on it, and there.
And is there any, apart from the Red Dead Redemption, any other games that you're excited for?
The new God of War, that should be coming out this year.
Oh yeah,
huge God of War.
That looks lit.
That's so lit. I mean, like, lit as fuck.
That looks pretty cool, I have to say that. Kronos? No, it's not Kronos. His name is Kronos?
Kratos.
Like, the old Kratos looks badass.
I'm also I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year, but other than Red Dead Redemption, the other game that I'm mainly excited for, which is only a PlayStation game, is The Last of Us 2.
Yeah?
The Last of Us 1 is such a phenomenal game. The storyline behind it is just...
I wasn't a big fan of the ending. I never quite understood why. Do you play the game?
Yeah, I beat
the ending when they're gonna kill the girl, but they didn't kill the girl. She had the thing in her brain.
Oh, because she's one of
immune.
them. Yeah, but they still think that she could become one. Yeah,
so
I like it because then they leave.
Yeah, the guy you kill all the doctors and you leave with her.
I like the.
Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
I like the crafting on that game where you can make the shrapnel bombs where you can throw them and then in that game. By far, I mean, I've played the Resident Evils and the other games. They don't really scare me, but that game gave you the creeps. And if you look,
give the Resident Evil its due. I mean, it
is creepy.
Back when we were kids, the Resident Evil scared the shit out of me. Now that I'm an adult, that doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, but it scares you too. So
there's other games that scare me, like Dead by Daylight.
Oh,
that one scares me more than any other game.
Yeah, because of the dark or whatever.
It's because you're focused on one thing.
Yeah.
So you're focused on one thing, and suddenly the murderer pops out of nowhere. But I'm excited for the Warhammer Dawn of War 3 comes out. It's a StarCraft type game. It's a strategy. There's another one that is another Warhammer, the Total War. It's a lot of fun. It's a good game, but. There's for anybody who is not familiar with the Warhammer company. Warhammer started as a tabletop game, and you basically get figurines and you build them together, and then you paint them. And they have Warhammer, which is medieval, and they have orcs and elves and humans. Then there's Warhammer 40,000, which is in the future where you have mech suits, aliens, orc aliens.
So is this game a lot like StarCraft? Like it's a strategy-based game?
This one that I'm talking about that's coming out in a couple of weeks, yes. There's a whole bunch of type of games. There's an MMO, there's a lot of Warhammer, but it's all in that lore. For example, that company has a tabletop strategy game for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can be, you can play as the elves, you can play as Sauron, you can play as... But you build the characters, so they comes in like little models. It's like a model, you have to tear it apart and then build them together and paint them. And I'll show you after this episode. I think it's one of those things. I think it will tickle your pickle.
One of the reasons why I'm looking forward to building a computer is because, consoles, they're fun, but they don't have the same functionality of you can't play strategy games.
No, you can't.
They don't make them, and if they do, they're really not that good. And I'd really like to play some SimCity or play games like StarCraft or Warhammer, because that Warhammer game looks really cool. Oh, before I forget, the other game I'm looking forward to, which I'll probably get on PlayStation, is the Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah, that looks pretty fun. I played the first one a little bit. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna get to the point that I don't have to, because of work and other things, I don't have too much time to invest in games anymore, so mine has to be jump in and jump out type of games that I get more buck for my money, just because, like I said, I used to play Dota a lot, but now if I jump in, I get destroyed just because I don't invest 2 or 3 hours a day just to play it like other players do, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I don't really play a lot of. If I play multiplayer games, it's going to be either GTA or Battlefield, and I still get owned on Battlefield because I prefer. Usually, if I'm doing multiplayer games, I love playing stuff like GTA because it's fun to get in a car with someone and go just terrorize people, go bully people.
How's the community in the PlayStation? Are there friendly?
Oh, they're still fucked. Everyone's still assholes.
Oh, they really are?
Oh, yeah, you still have 5-year-olds that think they're tough shit.
That's something you don't see. I don't see as much in PC, at least in the games that I play. They're not as aggressive.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I think, they get GTA and more so on Xbox and PlayStation versus on PC.
I think it's easier for a kid to get their hands on a PlayStation, and then build their own PC. And
a parent's not going to buy a kid a $1,200 computer versus a $400 PlayStation.
Yeah.
Even when I build my computer, I'm going to get Red Dead probably on PlayStation.
Oh, really?
I mean, I would probably. I mean, if you guys.
I'm gonna get it in it. Even if I had the world choice, like if there's a game that I really want to play, I'd probably get it in. If I'm gonna play a lot, I'm gonna play in the PC just because of the mods. So eventually, just getting the updates and getting everything, I feel I enjoy it better. But it's ultimately is like how do you rather play it?
Yeah.
The game is the same. Like, do you want to play it in your couch?
Well, my biggest thing is, as you know this, I have 2 separate group of friends that play. Like, I have you and our other buddies that play PC that I want to play with. Sounds really bad, but I really do want to play with you. But
You can play with me all day.
But then I have other friends that play PlayStation. I want to play with them also. So, if worst case scenario is, I could buy that game for both. Just kind of like fucking Kyle. He has it on.
Yeah.
He has GTA 5 on PlayStation and.
But Kyle got the GTA late on PC. Once was $20.
So yeah, I mean, I would probably wait a little bit. I'm not going to spend $100 or
$120.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's just so weird how much has grown the business.
I know, compared to you used to get cartridges like Nintendo 64 and everything was saved on there, or you had to buy an extra pack for PlayStation or like a memory card to save it. Now
that's why they were harder.
Yeah.
And then my first one was the original Nintendo, the Family Famicom. I think it's technically
just the gray one.
Yeah, that was my first one, and I remember playing it forever. Then I jumped to Super Nintendo, and I played the shit out of Street Fighter. Then from that, I think I jumped to Dreamcast.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. Did you play Power Stone?
Yes, I played Power Stone.
I fucking love Power Stone only because
Toy Commander was my favorite.
I'm a DBZ fan, and they had the character there. A lot of the characters, if you looked at them, because it was made in Japan, a lot of the characters represented Dragon Ball Z a lot, and they had one guy on there that looked like Goku mixed with Gohan a little bit. And you always got the Power Stone, and so you would transform, and so you go around and beat everyone up. Well, his power would be to go Super Saiyan. I mean, he was just a normal guy, and then he'd go Super Saiyan, and he'd have Kai Blast. He would have a Spirit Bomb, do like Kamehameha. They didn't make it the specific colors, but I mean, the guy legitimately went Super Saiyan.
Yeah, like my favorite was Toy Commander. Did you ever play it?
I didn't play that.
Toy Commander it's a Dreamcast. I think it was Dreamcast. Maybe I had probably even more, but it was basically like a driving shooting game. Like you drive tanks, but it was toy tanks and toy planes, and you shoot pencils. And then the eraser, and the eraser was like a bomb. So
that's cool.
And once you beat the game, it basically is you're a pilot, and when you wake up, it's because you were remembering you as a little kid playing with your toys.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So it was like you're like the little. You have
spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't played that game, you're not gonna play it now.
It's like Army Men. That was a fun game.
Similar, but it was like the toys, and there was like pencils, and then there was like the machine gun was like the old pistols that had like a little powder. And that was like the machine.
Like a cap gun.
Yeah. That was the little icon. So pencils, erasers, stuff like that. It was a fun game. I played the shit out of it. I loved it. I wish they still make it.
I still think that one of the best open world games is Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi was
holds
fun.
Up. I mean, they still have it in arcade.
No.
And they played Offspring. Yeah, they still it holds up. I mean, you go to arcades, and most arcades still have that game.
I was wondering, do you think it will hold up now?
I mean,
if they made the game Crazy Taxi, do you think it will be such a good hit?
Well, they have it. It's called GTA.
No,
Back then, they didn't have GTA 2 was the thing that was out, and GTA 2 was just top down, and it was open world, but all you saw was top down. It was just looked like a cartoon basically when you were shooting people. And now I don't think that Crazy Taxi would be fun to play. But I think it would be more of like an indie game where they sell it for like $25. You couldn't sell it for $60 because that's what GTA is. I mean, you could literally do that in GTA.
You can run over people in Crazy Taxi.
True.
They jump out. Go.
GTA took what Crazy Taxi was and made it 10 times better. I mean, I am fairly certain GTA 5 is the best game ever made. I mean,
no.
I think.
No.
I love Red Dead Redemption. It is my favorite game, but I think that GTA 5, there's so much functionality in that game.
Yeah, but the loading waits are horrible.
Nah, it's not that bad compared to Vice City. If you look at Vice City or San Andreas, the load times like going in between cities where you have to wait to go over a bridge to the other section. Now you don't have to do that.
That's true.
I mean, loading between games, I mean that does suck. Like when you're playing online. But if you're just playing single player, you don't have any loading really.
No, that is true. But I mean, it's my. Let's go with like what would you want to see and like what game will you also would be nice but you never seen it? What type of?
I want an open world DBZ game. I just think it would be cool to.
There is MMOs, DBCs, massive multiplayer online games with DBCs.
Yeah, but isn't that with the Unreal Engine like people have made or?
No, it's a real game. But
I don't like
it didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't think DBC can work as a it wouldn't work.
I think it would be cool. Yeah. I mean, if you could do, I think it would be good as like a single player game.
I think it would be good as like Injustice and something like that.
See, I don't like the fighting game, unless it's Mortal Kombat. But I just
make it Mortal Kombat with Dragon Ball.
They have that.
Yeah, that's why.
They have Budokai, or not Budokai.
That's why I think it's where the money is for DBC.
I really like I think it'd be cool to run around and be able to fly, and then you could be whatever whatever you want to be. I mean, no one's gonna be Yamcha because Yamcha's lame, but
my least favorite was Tenshan. Tien. I didn't like Tien.
Tien is still more powerful than.
But it doesn't matter if you powerful. I just didn't like it.
I hated Chaozu and Yamcha.
Who's Chaozu?
The little one that hung out with Tien all the time.
Oh, the little cat.
No,
the little white little dude.
Yeah, that self-destruct because that's the only power he had.
My favorite, I like Krillin a lot, even though he died quite a bit. I like Krillin and I liked Piccolo. Those were my two.
Piccolo's one of my favorite.
Like Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan are just such an easy pick. I was trying to always pick something different.
Well, Vegeta's my favorite. I like him just because he has such a different character arc versus all the other ones. And Piccolo and him are basically one and the same.
Anti-heroes.
Yeah.
But Piccolo became a hero, and Vegeta still was always been like the anti-hero.
Well, he's pure now though because they did that. That's how Goku became a Super Saiyan God, is because Vegeta's soul was pure versus being a dickhead.
Yeah, but
because all their souls had to be pure in order to become. It has to be 5 or 6 pure souls. And
then they have Pam to be the last one.
So if you had a game, what would it be?
I don't know. I like first-person shooters. I always thought it would be like a Pokemon multiplayer Pokemon, but I know that in Pokemon Red there was this army guy that was like the 3rd gym doing that war, and it's as a game. So it's a war game, but you have Pokemon, and you can play as a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or you can play as a trainer, but you're still like shooting, and there's like you'll be shooting, you can see all of a sudden like this Nidoking coming out of nowhere. You have to turn around and shoot it and kill it. But Nintendo would never do something so dark. But that would be mine, like a dark shooting Pokemon-ish game where you have like your microphone, so you're shooting, and at the same time you have to throw orders to your Pokemon.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So you'd be like, whatever, like attack, fear attack, and then the guy comes in, and then back, and they have that code, and then when you say back, it comes back to your Pokeball, and then you say Pikachu, choose you.
We had it first here.
Yeah,
they invent that. We patented it.
Yeah, we did. Nintendo can't shoot us like this. We pack in Pokemon Dark War.
Yeah,
but that's what I thought would be always fun.
I think it'd be cool if they did. Because you always have Battlefield games that try to portray historic battles. But I think it would be cool if they didn't have, it wasn't well, I guess it would have to be multiplayer, but something that was more historical. Like if you can play in a big map, like for instance, the Alamo. That would be cool for a game, But
that's a battle.
Yeah, but you have one battle, but then you have a game that has a lot of battles.
I always thought it would be fun if it's a historical game, but if you die or like you can choose whoever you want to be, and they give you options. You can be George Washington, You can be a general in a battle. But if you're the general in a battle and you die in the battle, you lose that battle, and it changes history.
Well, see, that's what's cool about Shadows of War that's coming out, is because they said not one pick, because basically you get a ring, and the Uruk-hai and orcs, they'll go to your will and fight the other orcs. And the cool thing is they said not one choice is the same. So you could pick one thing and someone...
Yeah, but mine would be come with like different... Like imagine, like it can happen to be like Man in the High Castle, where Germany wins because you lose.
Oh, that would be a neat game.
But if you win, you can... If you win, you can more or less maybe keep history together. But if you can choose to choose the other side, you can choose to be a Nazi guy and take over, and then becomes the Man in the High Castle, and then the other. It would be fun. Just something like that. Something like you said, like history, but it'd be
a twist on it.
Yeah, if you win, and if you win. But you can maybe desecrate. Maybe you win the Normandy, but then you just conquer Berlin before the Russians did. Something different, It's all like depending on your results. Depends on the whole scheme.
Or like you could do it just throughout history. Like, the British won instead of the United States.
The hang,
Or like even if they came back in 1812, then they lost then, or
something like and there's like maybe you in Normandy it fails, but you're the Americans and you have we have this last option. This last option is this, and if it just doesn't win, and then you win, but your count is higher, and then the American history is different. Now instead of fighting, there is a Cold War because we were not as strong at the end of the war as we were. Stuff like that, something like different, something like
I think it would be awesome. You can have different changes, like something like that, where you could change history. But for instance, again, like the Alamo, you do something different, and they actually won the battle.
Yeah, you can win it, and then it changed your missions are different now.
Or Gettysburg, the Confederacy won versus, or just all sorts of stuff like World War One.
Yeah, I can see like changing history, World War One. So you do just World War One, changing history, American history. And so you can first you have to defend from the Americans, but imagine that if you lose the Americans, you defend the Alamo as a British.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
You defend the British, or you're rooting for the Mexicans to win because now they're not enemies, and the Americans are the rebel Americans are with the Mexicans fighting the British at the Alamo and defeating the Alamo as a rebel Mexican army.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like that.
Or you could play the opposite side, and you could play
as a British
or you could play a Mexican fighting the Alamo and see it through their eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like something like the small little changes, like it can be drastic, like things that you don't think about. Like, it'll be fun to do that, but imagine like 2 chapters before, you lost against the British, and now you're fighting as something else.
Yeah. Yeah, really. I think it'd be cool if they made another Power Stone also.
I thought you were going to say another Power Ranger, like they did. It's in the movies.
No. Well,
I think that's pretty much it
for this podcast.
Have you saved your progress?
Saved it.
Yeah, save your progress. Just a game. Have you saved your progress? Yes. Okay. Well, let's call it quits.
Okay.
Have you saved your progress?
I have saved it. Hopefully this time I actually did. I clicked it, so I don't have to redo everything.
That sounds good. Because
that sucks.
So, anything new in the news? Guardians is coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Guardians is coming out. We did get I would say it was a small trailer this past week.
For Thor.
Oh, Thor did come out. That Thor trailer did.
Yeah, Hulk looks pretty badass.
Hulk looks awesome. I really like that part where Thor is like, yes!
We're work buddies!
Yeah. That Jeff Goldblum looks really cool in it. Kate Blanchett, of course, per the usual, looks stunning.
Yeah, she looks gorgeous. She looks perfect for the part.
There's another movie that had a trailer come out, though. I don't think it's that big of a movie, but it looked okay.
We can take it for the next episode. It's not a big deal.
Stay tuned to the next episode. I'm not sure what it is. It was called The Last Judy or something like that.
No.
It's Stark Wars or Starch Wars? Maybe it's a laundry movie. Oh.
Starch Wars?
Yeah, Starch Wars.
I don't know. It could be. It's one of those. I don't know. I think it's about an old guy with has daddy issues for some reason.
Yeah, some girl who has
she has like a sword, but not his hand. It's something rude.
Some hairy dust bunny walks around and flies some rickety.
I think it was like a big dog and like a cowboy or something.
And then like a trash can that runs around and makes noise. Yeah.
Just stay tuned for the next episode.
Make sure you put your VR headsets on and follow us on.
Before we go there, I got a question for you.
Okay.
How deep does a pan have to be to become a pot?
Well, I mean, that could be a cultural thing because I mean,
I'm asking you for your personal opinion. How deep does a pan have to be to become a pot?
I would say 3.5, 4 inches.
Something like that?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I think 3 or 4. That's about right. We always ask those real questions at the end. So.
Oh, I have one for the next one. So
follow us at twoordinerds@gmail.com,
Twitter,
YouTube, and Facebook.
Also, we do have I don't remember.
We get a monthly subscription.
We do. If
you send us $10, and we send you a thank you card every month.
Also, if you guys are still listening, the YouTube channel, I can't think of what it is, but you guys review movies also. We want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you for commenting on our page and saying keep up the good work. You guys keep up the good work as well.
All right. Cheers.